That's the best, I think, functional definition of nanotechnologies. For sure, if you define it this way, it covers everything. And that's where the advantage starts, and that's where the problem starts. It covers everything, since everything is consisting of atoms. Nanotechnologies can impact everything that we see. One thing that I want to emphasize is right now, nanotechnology, the word nano is used too many times, and sometimes in a bad way, that you have to be very careful. I know several companies are right now, their marketing and their forecasting people are becoming extremely careful not to use the word nano in their product, although it contains nano, which is another problem, because you want to know whether it contains nanotechnology or what's called the safety of nanotechnology. Is it new? Well, if you look at the history, you can refer to probably to Taniguchi, 1974. The very first time the acronym of the word nano, the additive nano, has been used. But you can also trace it to 1960, Richard Feynman's famous lecture about, we probably heard about it, plenty of room at bottom talks. Scientifically, you can trace it to IBM, scanning electron microscope and atomic force microscope, where actually something about nanotechnologies could be made. Before that, it was mostly talk. However, if you look at the history, and if you look at some of the properties that we're observing right now, these are about 400 years BC. Romans used plasmonics. I don't know, have you heard about plasmonics? No. Okay. It's very easy. If you have a very thin layer of metal, extremely thin layer of metal, the surface electron interacts with photons. Therefore, the color changes. It's called plasmonics. That's a very crude, semi-scientific definition of plasmonics. Well, they use those extremely thin metals on the goblets. It changes color with the light. Same in Notre Dame, at the vitrines. It changes with color depending on the day of the light. Because it's very, very thin metal, it doesn't have an inherent color property, persistent color property. It colors with its massive debate in the last years or so. Safety, impact on human, and impact on the environment. Huge debate. Is there a conclusion? We're gonna see. But there are some regulatory actions that are taking place. Like 2009, it becomes, this was an amendment, it becomes a law in 2010 in the United States, and it regulates the application of some of the nanotechnology products. We may say this is good. It's good. But on the other side, keep in mind, you can make a good cancer therapy, nanotechnologies. It's affecting, it's slowing down the development. So that's unfortunately the dilemma of the scientist who works on an unknown field. You're going, it's like you're going in a direction that you don't know, if you don't know whether there is a danger there or not. You have to be extremely careful in your walk, but you have to go forward. And that's the message that I want you to remember. The development goes on, but it has to be done extremely carefully. Very, very recent newspaper clip. A company, they say, disinfectant used in hospitals using nanosilver. It works great. Nanosilver kills the bacteria. Very, very effective agent. Okay, you may say, great. Why should we worry about it? Well, it's not harmful to people. Indeed, it helps helps you to get rid of fungus, it helps you to get rid of excess bacteria, cold bacteria, so I don't get infected and so on. Where do you think it is the problem? Well, you ask about that. For example, socks. You wash them, but unfortunately none of silver is very difficult to hold together. They go into the water, the bad water. When they go, they are released into the environment, they start accumulating and they start killing good bacteria too, along with the bad bacteria that you want to get rid of. Because of that, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, they registered and they controlled right now the use of nano-silver product, the name is here, starting only in September 2010, about a year ago. Aspect. It's not bad on human, but it's bad on the environment. That's another problem. No, one side good, one side bad. What should we do? I don't know. I have no answer. But I'm just telling you, you have to be very